Dan, it's great to see you in the Sky Studios. Obviously, it's a huge beast we've got here,
Yes,
but I'm so excited about the young company that BOXXER is. Ben and I have spent a lot of time working together, and there's a real feeling of energy, freshness, excitement as we launch our new era.
Yeah, you can feel it brewing. You really can. It's going to be a very exciting journey. I feel like we've got huge announcements, signed some excellent fighters. It's time for a new era.
It is. I mean, it's obviously you've come a slightly different way. You've been a fighter yourself, and you're engrossed in the sport like we are, and we have been at Sky for 30 years. But I think, there's been a change. Matchroom have gone, and we need something different. And there's a new generation. And what are we going to get from BOXXER shows? We've obviously got the powerhouse of Top Rank as well to provide the American input and some of the biggest names in boxing. But what are we going to get from BOXXER? What's sort of the secret behind the scenes?
Well, hopefully we're going to build superstars. There's no bigger platform than Sky. There's no better platform for building a fighter than Sky. BOXXER is working incredibly hard behind the scenes. We're young as a company, as a promotional company. It's only a few years old, but in that we've still managed to do shows on a shoestring budget, produced totally ourselves, and we've still managed to get very good results. And now with a big machine behind us, it can be an absolute massive deal for boxing. I think it's going to be great for the boxers. But what do you think is going to be the advantages of the Sky and BOXXER link up?
I think that sometimes you need a change, and I think that we probably all need a new energy and to sort of get our mojo back a bit. What we need now is we need to look at, what audiences are we attracting? We want the casual audiences. We want people to find boxing cool again. We've dipped into the YouTube world, which, we got criticism online, we got criticism from the trade, but you know what? We try different things, and we need to try more things here. And what I like about the BOXXER deal is that we're going to have, your Saturday shows where we're going to have a sort of smaller stable of fighters we can really build, some established names, diverse, great men, great women, youngsters that maybe...
Give us the names.
Yeah, but youngsters people haven't heard it. Well, I mean, listen, we've got, to kick us off, we've got Chris Eubank. That's fantastic because Chris Eubank sort of immediately goes into the casual audience. He's a very good fighter in his own right, so we want to follow his journey on Sky. From Top Rank, we've got Josh Taylor, who's arguably, one of the pound-for-pound kings in the world, undisputed champion, hasn't really had that profile. We want to give him that profile. But you're looking at the fighters now we're talking about Savannah Marshall. Now, I was Savannah's mentor here as a scholar for many years. I know the talent of Savannah Marshall, and finally last year it came through. She became a world champion. She's got a massive fight on the horizon with Clarissa Shields. That's huge for women boxing. Young Ebony Jones. I'm also excited about April Hunter. From the Northeast, we've got Lewis Ritson, we've got Hughie Fury. We've got so many, and I think you'll see more and more fighters wanting to join the journey, the adventure, because of the enormous platform and reach we have, not only on Sky, but also through Top Rank with ESPN and through Comcast with NBC and Universal. And it's a huge thing.
I'm guessing the partnership with Top Rank as well means that these BOXXER fighters are going to have a more direct and a genuine route through to world titles.
That's it. I mean, look, you look what Top Rank have got and what they've achieved over the years. The likes of your Alis to your Four Kings to your De La Hoyas and Mayweathers. They've had everybody, and they've got a hugely global stable. Vasily Lomachenko and Inoue, the monster, and Crawford and
Stevenson,
Shaka Stevenson. There's so many. There's young up and coming and there's established stars. It's going to give a great route for British fighters to go to the world title. Also, Sky are going to see the biggest names from America. Okay, sometimes it's an unhealthy time of the night, but we want the big fights to stay up for. But also, it's crucial here to make stars. On UK soil, British fighters. And I think what I like about the tournament shows is it's going to give everybody opportunities, length and breadth of the United Kingdom. They are going to have the chance at whatever weight. They're going to get in. They're going to, it's going to be a fun sort of, all-encompassing night, differently sort of presented and promoted. We're going to get a new audience for that, and I think it's going to give fighters a real chance. And we're also, Ben and I, very keen on the grassroots and having a good link with the British board, giving something back, amateur boxing, the clubs, visiting the clubs, and sort of, really encompassing boxing from the ground up. Caroline Dubois. I mean, I hope so much that you guys would sign Caroline.
Yeah.
Because not only, obviously, has she got an incredible backstory with the brothers and sisters that fight, you know, Daniel, but also her talent.
Yeah.
You know, I've talked to Rob McCracken, I've talked to Team GB, I've seen her, and you know, she was very unlucky not to medal in Rio, but I think she's going to be a really exciting professional.
Yeah.
And talking about humble, and talking about someone who loves boxing, that's Caroline.
Yeah.
What I love, Dan, about this new sort of look, you know, you've got the fresh sort of feel to it. It's a mixture of sort of established stars and names and unheralded, you know, new, young, fresh blood. And they're so passionate. And there's a great sort of feel and look about them, almost like a family. Richard Riakporhe, great having him back. And others, who stands out to you?
Well, Riakporhe's the one I'm looking at closest, if I'm totally honest. He's a big, strong puncher, and he's had great fights. What a resume he's got already, if I'm totally honest. He's kind of cleared out the domestic British level, and he's done that quite heavily based on just rawness, you know, and his ability to dig in when he needs to. Now he's got a new trainer. He's refined all those skills, and I think he's at that stage now where he's really revving up to go. He's not young like some of the Olympians and some of the rest of the fighters, but he is very ready to go. I think we get him out in October, and I think it's just time to keep him busy and keep him going, because that boy can be a world champion, 100%.
I like the fact he's with Angel Hernandez, great trainer, working a lot with Anthony Joshua, of course. I tell you what I really can't wait for, and that is Newcastle.
Yes.
Now, I've got a soft spot for the Geordies, for Newcastle, because
never been.
We've had many fun fight nights over the years, going right back. We had Nigel Benn, Joe Calzaghe, many fighters who've gone to Nassim Hamid, many fighters who've gone to Newcastle. And I think it's a special sporting place.
Yeah.
We've now got Hughie Fury, who's going to be fighting there. Savannah Marshall, great for the Northeast, wonderful story, world champion. You've got Lewis Ritson, who, I mean, they love the Sandman there. You know, April Hunter, maybe Joe Laws will get on the bill. I tell you what, they will come out, and they've got that passion that we want.
I've heard. I haven't yet to actually witness.
You're missing out now.
I've never had a fight night in Newcastle, but I've heard they are not to be missed. I've heard that they are crazy, they're intense. The crowd let you know they're there, and they are very, very lively. So I'm looking forward to that one more than any, if I'm totally honest.
Finally, Dan, how excited are you? Sum it up in just a sentence. What really is getting your juices flowing ahead of this new adventure and journey?
I think it's the fact that even though we've got this deal, the work starts now. I'm excited about the future. I know that all the hard work works now. All the hard work, starts right now. We can't get complacent. You know, we have to compete on all fronts. We have to put on the best fights, the best nights. And we've just got to continue to do it, and I'm pretty confident we will.
We've got to embrace challenges. We've got to give the fans more. We've got to bring them closer to the sport.
Yes.
We've got to work harder. We've got to innovate.
Show the stories.
Bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on. I'm ready.
Ready?
You ready?
Let's go.
Let's go.